which is the upper house, and your several pronouncements in Parliament indicated that the National Assembly is the upper house. Now that you are going to be vetted and become Attorney General, how will you cure the supremacy battles between the two chambers of the House? I thank you.
So what's the next?
Congratulations, our former Speaker. What I want to ask you, what strategies will you put in place to promote administration of justice, bearing in mind that majority of Kenyans cannot afford legal fees in the court?
Thank you. Next, Naisula.
Thank you, Chairman. To the nominee, former Chief Justice David Maraga is quoted having said that the government cannot demand of its citizens the obedience of the law if those in authority were disobeying court orders with abandon. As a departure from past practice, the Kenya Kwanza administration pledged to obey all court orders. The other day, the Public Service Commission advertised for the Chief Administrative Secretary jobs. LSK is already in possession of orders, but the PAC in its latest statement was categorical that the recruitment process will continue uninterrupted. There are indications that the current administration is keen to retain the positions so pre-election agreements can be honored through appointments. As the AG, what is your position on this matter, and especially on ensuring the rule of law is followed throughout and not only when it suits the government or the executive?
Thank you. Thank you, Chair. Chair, I'd like to ask, first of all, congratulate our Emeritus Speaker on being nominee for AG. I would want to know, how are you going? One of the functions of the AG's office is constitutional implementation, legislative drafting, and the other one is legal aid, which you have already talked about, but I think we need still more what you have said to Honorable Gikaria, because a lot of citizens cannot afford legal aid, and if you can fashion something like the Citizens Advisory Bureau, which is in the UK, something on similar lines, which would probably be based in Huduma centers or something like that. But my question to you, nominee AG, is the Constitution has been there, the new Constitution 2010. We still call it the new Constitution. There are many laws which have not been implemented to date, have not been enacted, or they are not being followed up. So you as the AG, what will you do to put into effect all the laws which are in the 2010? Because I remember I was in the CIOC and we left many laws which have not to date been implemented. So as the AG, how do you take that? And about the pro bono services, because this is a hustlers government. So we need pro bono services for the hustlers because they cannot afford it. The rich can afford their lawyers, and not just for criminal cases, even civil cases, because there are land cases which are there. People are being moved out of their lands and they cannot afford it. And the rich get away with